Okay, let's talk about Yellowjackets season 3. So yes, indeed, we are getting season 3 a lot earlier than I expected. What is up? So if you haven't checked out, we've been talking about Yellowjackets since it first premiered years ago, and we've been covering all of the episodes. We've been covering the endings of the seasons, all of thatness, and all of thatness. That's a new word for me. But I will be doing a recap of everything that has happened in Yellowjackets next month. The new season, season 3, will come to us on Valentine's Day. What a great day, right? Which will be February 14th, 2025, if you didn't know. Which, I don't know. I feel like Valentine's is one of those days you always know it's the 14th, like Christmas, whatever. But let's get into what exactly Yellowjackets season 3 will bring to us. So the Entertainment Weekly has given us a very good rundown of what we're about to see, as well as some pictures. But I do want to start with this article from the Hollywood Reporter a couple of months ago with Christina Ricci over the summer, where they talked about what exactly might be going on in season 3. So this is going to have a lot of spoilers. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to spoil the ending of season 2. If you have not watched or caught up with it, go check it out, then come back. We're going to be talking Yellowjackets all throughout February, so you won't miss anything. You won't miss anything. Let's get into season 3. So Christina Ricci talked about the ending of season 2. Like I said, spoilers. So if you're still here, don't blame me in the comments. So at the end of season 2, we saw that Misty, who is the character that Christina Ricci plays, accidentally killed Juliette Lewis's character of Natalie at the end of season 2. Of course, this was an accident. Now, the series is exploring the future as well as the past and the present and all of them. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if we do get Juliette Lewis still in the show. We'll see. So she goes on to say that they have already shot in Canada and says this season is going to be even more shocking and surprising than the previous seasons. It's definitely going to be brutal, but they also put a lot of comedy into it. So I think it's just going to be extremely Yellowjacketsy. So we all come to expect that dark humor and that offbeat humor that Yellowjackets has, which is why I really love it. It still does have some brutal moments in it, as we saw in season 2, where the brutality was sort of amped up to what we were used to. They already are talking about missing Lewis, who she has described like sisters. She says, "We bonded and spent so much time together, and we just really loved each other. It was really sad for her character to be killed off. Even now, we filmed a couple of episodes, and it's just sad without Juliette." So I don't know. I'm curious to see if Juliette really will not be in the season, because I think she was just such a huge and integral character throughout season 1 and 2. To not see her ever again is interesting, but we shall see. So we pretty much see that now. She keeps on talking about her character of Misty and if she can forgive herself, which she says, "I do. We've seen that she's done it before. She forgave herself for what she did to her friends in the wilderness, and I think she is someone who does get past things because she is a survivor." So that was her being asked about if they think that Misty will recuperate after what she has done to Natalie. If the events in her life were going to have destroyed her, they would have done it already, because these ladies have been through quite a bit. So that's pretty interesting to note right there. So she doesn't say much more about what to expect in Yellowjackets season 3, because this was in the summer of this year, so I'm pretty sure we won't hear of it just yet. But she does say that creators Ashley Lyle and Bart Nickerson like to keep them in the dark as much as they can. We aren't always privy to that stuff. We tend to find out just a bit later than I think people would imagine. But it's nature of TV, and it's just the nature of this show in particular. They don't tell us anything about storylines, and I don't even want to ask, because it puts them in a weird position, so I never ask what's coming. So that was her talking about Yellowjackets. Now today, Entertainment Weekly has given us a little bit more of a rundown of what to expect, and some pictures as well, as you can see throughout this whole video that I've been doing right here. So co-creator Ashley Lyle says there's a little bit of a time jump in both timelines, and this is heading into the latest season. We have now seen at the end of season 2 in the finale that Natalie has become the new Antler Queen, and we also see now that Natalie as an adult has died. So it kind of sets up an interesting juxtaposition, I feel, being one of the characters gone, but at the end of the day still seeing that character in their past become this sort of new figure for all of the girls here. So one of the things that's going to be important here as well is that we have to sort of go with what's going on with Christina Ricci's character, like she was talking about. Her character of Misty accidentally killed Natalie, and this is what Lau has to say. Misty is handling it great. And this is her joking around, of course. Natalie's death certainly impacts Misty emotionally the most, but I think that the reverberations of it are felt by all of them. She also talks about adult Van and Thais's relationship, and this is where co-creator Bart Nickerson chimed in, saying one of the things that we always have been trying to play with, but maybe this season even more so, is that as a result of a lot of their experiences, they've obviously put a lot of terrible stuff away, but they're also trying to recapture some of the best of themselves from that time too. Some of that will be explored through that relationship, which I think that that's a very interesting relationship we've gotten, and of course the actresses here are always doing an amazing job throughout, so I'm excited to see what that exactly means. They also have been saying and not teasing much, and just said one thing that's always been important to us is that the timelines are really interconnected in terms of the characters and the totality of the characters, and the consequences of what they went through didn't end in the past. So I think that's always been an interesting aspect about the show in itself, is that we definitely see a lot of the past still sort of creep up to the future, present, whatever you want to call it, and still see how they're reeling and still dealing with all of these things as well. One of the things we also have to remember is that the shelter did burn down at the end of the last season, and they say, I think that people will be surprised by their resourcefulness in the face of their continued survival, because of course that was such a big thing right there. Another thing to also take into account here is that Shauna thought that she was going to be named the new antler leader before Lottie chose Natalie. They go on to say, what we see is a continuation of some of the tensions and resentments that we're building in season 2, and those really play a large part in how the girls continue to interact this season. They continue by saying that there's going to be a lot that definitely happens, because they say definitely buckle up this season. The cannibalism cat is out of the bag. So of course we know that that is how they were able to survive. And they also finally going on to talk about the bonus episode that was supposed to air between seasons 2 and 3, and say the truth is that there is a bonus episode, but we may need to wait a bit longer for it, which I'm curious to know when that will actually come out. Is it a Christmas Day special? I don't know. But if we get it in Christmas, we will talk about it. We will watch it together if y'all want. But very excited, very curious about everything here with Yellowjackets Season 3. Did not expect all of these pictures to drop. Let's go over some of these pictures real quick. And yeah, I kind of made this video a little longer than I was expecting to make it. Of course, we see that they are here, it seems, at a funeral where we see all of the characters here, which I am assuming is going to be Natalie's funeral. We get a little bit here of Van and Thaisa here as well together, the adults, and it seems that they're kind of rekindling this relationship of sorts. We also get more here of all of the young girls, and it seems that there has been a decision made here, and it looks like definitely Sophie Thatcher's character of Natalie is taking it a little bit harder. You see in the background here, I love how like these are almost like paintings, all of these pictures. I really love when things are framed in a way that really has them elevate without any motion or anything like that. Here we see that there's some decisions being made, of course, as well, and it looks like there's going to be some hard decisions made throughout. Christina Ricci's character here of Misty burning a picture of them. I think that we're about to see a rift happen between these characters. Of course, we also get Lottie here as an adult, and we don't really get much here as well either. I don't know what the significance of the numbers over here where they are is. We do get adult Shauna here, who is amazingly played by Melanie Lynskey, and we of course see Coach. I'm very concerned about Coach, who is currently hiding, if we remember correctly, so we shall see what will happen with the Coach. But I don't see Coach coming out of season 3, honestly. What do y'all think about that? And we also get this picture of adult Van and Thaisa as well here, which I'm curious about the relationship and how it's going to go. But overall, I'm excited for season 3. I do have my theories, I do have my thoughts on it, but I will wait for it until January, because I think that we're going to get the bonus episode, and I think that's going to really sort of flesh out what season 3 will be, and I want to wait for that episode. So stay tuned for that video, which will be coming out until we get the bonus episode on my thoughts and theories. But for now, we are excited to see when this comes out in February 14th. So happy Valentine's Day for y'all. But anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you're excited for it or not. Season 3, go check out my videos on season 2. Season 1 as well as you want. But I will be doing a thoughts and theories until the bonus episode, so stay tuned. But as always, that is going to do it for me. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers now. Check out our review on Night Bitch if you haven't already. We do have a video tomorrow on the differences between the Wicked book as well as the Wicked movie. So if you're excited about Wicked and want to keep talking about it, I'm Wicked pilled. I told y'all, so we'll be doing that. So check out that video tomorrow. And as always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.